Hello. Today we're going to talk for the last day of the week, last day to trade gold. We're going to quickly talk about gold price, what we can expect for today, and just how I plan to trade the market. Just a quick recap. Sorry guys, by the way, if I sound tired, because it's hot as fuck here in Thailand. Okay, so if we take a look at the day chart so far from in terms of gold price for the week, the thing that clearly stands out is this very strong bearish candle here, which I think was kind of expected as well. Sooner or later, if we get this kind of price action full up, we were going to eventually see some sort of pullback, especially when we're not like breaking all-time highs or something. So I think this was the key thing. And then obviously we had a bit of a rebound yesterday. Also, with the inflation news, it wasn't as strong as expected. So, I think there was a bit of a rise as a result, but nothing too serious, But ultimately, still, I think the general narrative has stuck strong that, the inflation was way higher than expected, and therefore the economy is really kind of, in the process of recovering. And with that inflation news, of course, yields really went up, had that super strong rally. Had that super strong rally on that particular day, and now we're kind of seeing a pullback there. So, this could the price or the slight rise in gold could really be kind of a pullback, right? Or follow the pullback of the yields, the 10-year yields, right? So what do I kind of expect for price today? The first thing is we got to watch the news, the macro data, which is coming out around 7:30 Thai time. So if we go to the economic calendar here, we have the retail sales coming out, which basically is a very strong indicator as to how the economy is actually performing. So given all the data that came out this week and the overarching narrative that something came up. The overarching narrative that the American economy is really recovering. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of data that we see here. Most people are expecting this data to actually, or there to be an actual increase, so to be bullish for the dollar, and therefore we could continue, or we could see a reversal here in terms of price and get that real drop down. But then again, you never really know. But let's see how that goes. I think that's obviously the key thing to look out for. But also just from a more technical standpoint, it kind of looks like what's starting to happen is we're starting to get a bit of a consolidation between this, this block of resistance here that we've been talking around 1850 and kind of this lower level here. So far we've had resistance around 1810, 1814. I definitely expect, from a technical standpoint, that we could see an even lower low here, like maybe towards the 1800 mark. But again, in terms of like the longer term bullish pattern, I think we're almost kind of repeating something a little bit similar to what we're seeing here in that we may actually start seeing some consolidation in this kind of channel here. So if I draw this out a little bit more, I have this one line here I can stretch out kind of like that. We have this kind of middling line, which is acting as like support resistance between that 20-25 area. And then we have this part here. So I think the way that I personally plan to play this, again, I'm still bullish on gold in the long term. I do think we're going to see 1900 at some point, whether it's in the next few weeks or in the next few months. So my plan is kind of whenever I get the buying opportunity still at around this 1800 level or 1820 and kind of below, I'm going to open. But at the same time, now that I'm kind of seeing the price action that we've had over the past week, I'm definitely a lot more confident in opening also some shorting positions closer towards like past 1835, maybe towards 1840, 1843, 45, and so forth, and of course 1850. I'm confident now to also open shorting positions there, in that I kind of feel like we're going to see this continual bounce through here. So those shorting positions could provide a good opportunity for the shorter term profit. But the reality is that these long positions that I'm trying to open, or these buys around 1800, I definitely want to try and ride these waves more. If I am opening, let's say, if I have 5 to 10 long positions open towards here, and we get back to a point where it's 1850, sure, I'll definitely consider taking some profit, but 100%, I want to have some positions still open here, even if it breaks below 1800 to between the 1750 and 1795 area. leave those positions open, because I do strongly believe that down the road we're going to see this 1900 level. I honestly think that there's this narrative happening right now in the macroeconomic space in the States where like people are questioning whether this inflation that we're seeing clearly from the data is so-called transitory. It's just a reflection of us, of the American economy recovering from the COVID pandemic. But I'm personally of the opinion that's just not really the case. It's just a very handy narrative to use right now to try and calm people's fears down. But come on, everybody knows how much money the government's been printing. We've seen before what's happened when the government implements such types of fiscal and monetary policies. I think there's more to this inflation than just simply transitory inflation. But anyway, that's my take, guys. So you have to make your own opinions on that. Anyway, so that's kind of how I'm looking to play today. I already have 4 to 5 buy positions here that are doing really well, but I'm actually not closing because I still feel quite confident about the eventual 1900 reach. So that's just kind of how I'm playing it at the moment. So I have a lot of unrealized profit at the moment. Maybe I'll take some profits towards the end of the day. I do expect there to be a drop at some point, though, in the next few hours. Let's see what happens, though, when America wakes up. Either way, hope you liked the video, and good luck trading on the last day of this week. Cheers, guys.